Good evening. Notice is hereby given of a regular meeting of the Board of Directors for the district to be held at 105 Port Isabel, Port Road on September 22nd, 2021 at the hour of 5:30 p.m. for consideration of the business of the agenda below. This notice is posted at the office of the district on September 16th, 2021 at 4:30 p.m. in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code 551-041-050, not less than 72 hours prior to the time of the said meeting. We have the presence of a quorum. Present, we have Mr. Vaughter, we have Dr. Lalonde, myself, Mr. Friedman, absent with notification, Mr. Starkey, and we have Mr. Donahue present. May I please have everyone stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ, please bless this day and let us have a good meeting and give good counsel to these things. In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you. Hope everyone is well this evening. Thank you for being here. Let's move along to item 3, invitation to the audience for public comments. Staff, board, public, Zoom. Anyone want to share anything, discuss anything? Okay, let's move along to item 4. Consider and discuss for possible approval the minutes of the workshop meeting and the regular meeting from September 8, 2021.
Motion approved.
Second. A motion for approval by Mr. Donahue, and that was a second by Mr. Vaughter. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
There are none opposed. Motion carries. On to item 5, general manager's report. Carlos?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. I just wanted to mention that the last hurricane preparedness that we had is September the 12th, Sunday night. I just want to let the board know that we were well prepared. Mr. Gomez had called in staff Sunday afternoon to make sure that all the vehicles were filled up with gasoline and wastewater plants and water plants with has sufficient diesel on the generators.
Hold on, we filled up all of our cars
Well,
with
yes,
gasoline.
they had
We shut down
pretty-
all the gas stations for the nearest 100 miles.
all the vehicles that we had. Probably some were halfway through, but they prepared and filled them all up. So, besides that, I just wanted to mention that that the managers were real proactive on it, and acted pretty quick. And about 6 o'clock, they were out here, all of the managers, and they did that, and then filled up a whole bunch of sandbags and put them in the front door here in their offices. And by 11 o'clock, they were done with everything, checking the lift stations and everything. So I just wanted to mention and thank the managers and Robert, the staff. They did a good job. When they called me at 11 that they had completed everything, I was surprised because that was, pretty quick for Sunday. But anyhow, we're very prepared for that. And fortunately that the hurricane didn't hit here. It just kept going. So in saying all that, we're expecting a bunch of rain that never got there. So we're below below the 40%, like 2.5%, 1.5% lower than before. So it's at 38.5. So we're still on the low side. We haven't had that much rain on the right areas. Then, on the second one, the license recognition, I know that water plant employees, there's 4 employees that received or acquired the D license, mostly at the same time, all 4 of them. Omar Amarillo with the D license, Daniel Medina, the D license, Hugo Lozano, the D license, and Jaime Galvan, the D license. The other one that Martin Puente, the distribution, he acquired the Class A CDL, the commercial driving license for other larger vehicles or equipment, trucks. The wastewater side at the lab, Jose Garza, the fourth, he acquired the A license. That's the highest one of all. So congratulations on these employees. And we emphasize to keep going to school and learning more. And like the D license is the lowest one, but that's the beginning of everything. And these guys get excited when they get a license. And I know because I went through that. And I kind of mentioned like, keep going, go to more trainings and acquire the other licenses as time permits. Because some of these licenses, they take like 2 years before they can acquire the C license, and the B like up to 3.5 years. So, and then the A, it takes more than 5 years to acquire that one. But I'm just happy that these guys acquired their licenses, and congratulations to Robert. Thank you. That'll be it for my side here.
Thank you, Carlos. And congratulations to our staff for excelling. Let's move along to item 6. Consider and remove from the table the following item tabled at the regular meeting on September 8, 2021. Consider and discuss for possible approval of media affairs consultant services agreement between Grant Access and Laguna Madre Water District. This is a motion to take it off the table.
Motion to take it off the table.
Motion made by Dr. Lalonde,
Second.
second by Mr. Potter. All those in favor?
Aye.
They are, none opposed, motion carries. Item off the table. Carrying along to item 7. Consider and discuss for possible approval of media affairs consultant services agreement between Grant Access and Laguna Madre Water District.
Yes, Mr. Chairman and the members of the board, I brought this media affairs contract. And I received it this morning, well, yesterday afternoon, but it was after hours. So I made copies of it for the day, so I'm sorry that it's kind of slow for that agreement to get completed. Finally, they have to go over it, both sides, our attorney and their attorney. So saying all this, the media affairs is in there. The attorney has reviewed this and he agrees that everything's good for great. Now it's up to the board to decide on the years. I think we have up to 3 years or 4 years.
Well, keep in mind that the cancellation, you can cancel at any time with 30 days notice. That's her. So if it's a longer, is that correct? Is that correct?
Yes, it's a 3 years.
Well, it's a
Here is the
3-year
time
deal,
frame.
but
Right, and it's a 30 day with a
with 30 days
certified
notice,
letter, right?
clause of termination, this contract may be terminated with 30-day written notice delivered by registered mail. And then you just pay for the work performed. So the longer term of the contract just locks in these rates. But if there's ever a reason to cancel, it doesn't obligate you to pay for it.
What's our current, what we pay currently?
It's the same.
It's a
Yeah, it's
continuation.
just at a monthly deal. I looked it over, it looks pretty standard. Something that we've been using anyways of doing, so.
So yeah, the termination clause doesn't say for cause or anything like that. Just you can just cancel.
We have part of the company.
Anything you'd like to say?
Victor Balavinos, Grant Access, we basically kept it all the same. We were on a month-to-month basis and we did a 3-year just to kind of lock in the rates. I mean, there were a lot of questions from staff every now and then on how much this would cost or whatever the case is. It's all in there. We're very transparent. Like I said, we live a block away. We just want to lock in something so both parties feel comfortable with the work that we do.
What do we get for a retainer fee? Like if you pay an attorney a retainer, doesn't you bill against that first, right?
Deduct that first.
I do.
Is that the
So-
same with you or how's it work?
No, how it works is for us, it's a $500 retainer and that basically keeps you all as priority. We do have other accounts, but it's always been water district priority. So aside from that, there are other costs involved that we have never ever charged, like going to some of these meetings and things of that nature, especially after hours, things of that nature. We don't charge. We all are on the same team. We want the same thing. At the end of the day, we are customers as well. And so, it's a win-win for all of us.
And anytime they call, I think they jump pretty quick to call back and respond very quickly for any call from the
And then they said, I talked to Mr. Moore earlier, with on the $50 charge an hour, they're gonna, they'll have backup to what we did in our office. So, yes, there's always a charge.
And I know we've had a couple things that need to get out there in the public, and I think we did a pretty good job in getting it out there quickly and professionally. And I think that in itself was value that we received.
Sunday afternoon, one time, you grabbed me at lunch and explained to me what you guys did that day. So,
Yes,
I have no doubt about it.
I'd motion to approve.
I second.
Motion for approval by Mr. Donahue, second by Mr. Blotter. All those in favor?
I
There are any opposed? None.
have a quick question
Motion
for you.
carries. Thank you.
Are you able to, when I get an email from the water district, it says media. Correct. As opposed to like the Madre Water District. Is there any way to have it saved? Madre Water District, I think that should look that.
We can change it to
I almost
LMWD.
send it to trash every time because.
What do you mean? On the header when it
Yeah,
comes in on the subject
Yeah,
line?
yeah.
No,
No,
it's the email address.
We
Yeah.
we can probably.
Send it. It comes in from, it says media.
Yeah, we can.
As
definitely
opposed to
Look
on
in
the
the back.
address? The
Yeah,
address
no.
is media?
Yeah, like, this says Davidson Institute, Davidson. It says media. That's all it says.
At LMWD.
If you don't read the next part, you don't know it's the water district.
Yeah.
If you just look just at the email, it says.
Okay.
I'm like you, delete.
Right? Yeah, I mean, heck,
We can change it to LMWD Media. Does that help?
you see, looks like that, media. I'd rather say Laguna Madre. I think it should just say Laguna Madre Water District. I don't
Okay.
think it needs to say media at all.
Excellent. Point.
So people actually know it's coming.
Okay, and do you want it spelled out or LMWD?
I think it needs to be spelled out.
Okay.
I agree.
We'll work with IT and get that. Thank you.
Been meaning to say that.
Thank you. Let's carry along to item 8, District Engineers Report. Charles?
Good evening. Yeah, the first item I have on the report is just giving you an update here for the main office generator or backup power. And it's more, maybe the kind of a recap of the project where we did start the work under contract for engineering back in May 27th, 2020. And the first attempt for the startup on this generator was in April 22nd of this year. And it was unsuccessful. We had flickering lights and unstable power where the servers couldn't operate under the backup power. And so it's been, one corrective effort after the other, but we're finally at the point to where we're going to resolve the unbalanced power here at the main office, where we've ordered equipment we received on Friday. Our electrical crews doing the work, so we should have the generator working without issues by the end of this week. And so that's really, the latest way we're finally getting our main office generator resolved and completed. But I guess that sort of leads into the next item here for the high service pump station at our water plant too. And the critical point that it is we have that same electrical engineer under contract for that work, those services. And, it's not in our best interest to have that kind of risk at that critical point in our facility. So, and then at the same time, we have a lot of work that's being done for the distribution lines that we want to get out for bid. And it's really two different types of specialty contractors. So we're recommending to just keep that high service work delayed. And so we can focus on the distribution water lines and proceed with that work and just put this one on discussion. And so that's basically the two items that we have here for discussion. And the third one is just the update for the seawater desalination or alternative water supply. We did apply for grant money for the water reclamation facility, and we weren't a selected project. We had a debriefing with the Bureau of Reclamation, and we pretty much scored low across the board. And so really, one of the factors, I suppose, is just the limited number of acre feet that are created from this effluent being, 700 acre feet more or less versus the seawater potential that's unlimited, or we can make it 2,000. So just that availability of water pulling off the sea versus our effluent is one of the major factors to help us make it a more significant project by getting an alternate water supply going. And so, we're working with the Corps of Engineers right now to do that seawater modeling and coordinating with TCQ. There's a portion of work that needs to be done by a consultant. And so basically I've started talking to, Tetra Tech approached us, showing their seawater experience. And through the discussions, it looks like they'd be a good fit for doing this portion of work in cooperation with the Corps of Engineers. So I've been in discussion with them to request a proposal. And so we'll be bringing that up to the board for consideration at the next meeting. And that's our main update for the seawater portion of it. And that concludes the engineer's report.
Thank you, Charles. Let's move along to item 9, Director of Finance report. Betty?
Just wanted to advise the board that it's time to begin our audit. We have a current agreement in place with our auditor, Carr, Riggs and Ingram. We have an engagement letter in your packet today. This is the third year of our agreement with Carr, Riggs and Ingram, so there's no need to go out for bids. The last time we did that was for 3 years, so we're good as far as that's concerned. So just wanted to advise the board that we'll be starting here pretty soon at the end of the month. We'll be start with our inventory, and the auditors will be here on site reviewing us as we do that inventory count.
Thank you. Move along to item 10, consider and discuss for possible approval of bad debt write-off for the fiscal year 2021.
So once a year, we go through and write off doubtful accounts. This year, we've had a good year as far as being able to collect. We have actually on your list, there was 2 that we are able to remove. Item 19 and item 21. And so that reduces the amount to $255.43 for utility accounts. And then on the next page, we have miscellaneous invoice. There's only one for 2007-97.78, and bringing the total of to $5,053.21.
That's your average on write-offs.
Usually between 5 to 10,000 is typical. There's been years that it's been about 10,000. So this is a pretty good year.
So we have these 5 customers. Or I'm sorry, we have this page of customers and then we have one customer here.
Yes.
What's the
Yeah,
difference?
so the miscellaneous invoices are usually, in this case, it was a contractor who damaged our property, and we were unable to collect. We did demand letters. We sent them to our attorney. He did demand letters as well, and we haven't been successful in trying to get.
So once we write them off, we just give up.
We'll still try to collect. We do have some, you can see on our typical revenue, we do have bad debt recovered as a revenue item, and you can see there's some money that comes in. But we're usually more successful on the utility accounts than we are on the miscellaneous invoices. A lot of times those are contractors who are not from the area. They come and do a job here. They end up doing damages, and they don't bother coming over
Yeah,
here
like the-
anymore.
Like these
to
customers
do-
are probably people that left town or moved. or-
Yes.
Yeah,
So I see some of these that are deceased.
right.
Some of them,
Mhm.
quite a few.
If you get some of the bad count, you turn off the water, obviously.
Yes.
So do you have a record of somehow where you know if they call you? Say they're at another location? That you don't turn it down again?
Yes, obviously, some of them, if they're trying to avoid paying us, they'll try to start up service in a different name but a lot of times they're transient, they move out of the area, or they go stay in an apartment where they don't have to pay water, and so it doesn't get put in their name, and we'll just never see them again.
So if they ever do try and open up,
That's where we get the recovered bad debt. It'll flag us and we'll say, hey, you had an account here with us, so many years ago.
They do use the same name, no matter what location.
If they
It
do,
gets
we'll,
flagged.
we'll catch it, yes.
Well, I make a motion that we approve.
Second.
Motion for approval by Mr. Water, second was Mr. Donahue. All those in favor?
Aye.
They are, there any opposed? None, motion carries. Thank you. Let's move along to item 11. Consider and review expenditures from September 1st, 2021 to September 15th, 2021. We're going to have a chance to review, want to discuss anyone in particular, or acknowledge all of them.
acknowledge.
Acknowledged made by Dr. Lalonde,
Acknowledge.
acknowledged by Mr. Potter, and acknowledged by Mr. Friedman, and acknowledged by Mr. Donahue. Let's carry on to item 12. Consider and remove from the table the following executive session item under section 551074. Personnel matters tabled at the regular meeting on September 8, 2021. Deliberation regarding the evaluation of district employee to a general manager. This one we keep pushing down and pushing down.
Sorry about that.
No action.
So there's no action on it. So we'll get to this. I hope we should hopefully have a full board. But
Just prior to your.
you may be
retirement.
retired by the time we get to this. So let's move along to item 13. Executive session permitted by the Open Meetings Act, VTCA, Government Code, Section 551001, at sequence under Section 551071, consultation with attorney under Section 551072, deliberation about real property under Section 551074, personnel matters. Item A, water rights lease agreement with Bayview Irrigation District. Item B, termination of design services for the installation of the VFDs for the higher service pumps at Water Plant 2. And item C, deliberation regarding evaluation of district employee 2 at general manager. Need a motion to go into executive session at 5:52 PM. Motion made by Dr. Lalonde and seconded by Mr. Water. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
They are. We're in executive session. Do we want to take a little recess, break, or do we want to proceed? Okay, those not affiliated with executive session, could they please excuse themselves? Need a motion to come out of executive session at 6:14 PM. Motion made by Dr. Lalonde, second by Mr. Donahue. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
They are. We are out of executive session. Item A, water rights lease agreement with Bayview Irrigation District.
I make a motion that we proceed as directed.
Second.
A motion made by Dr. Lalonde, proceed as directed, second by Mr. Donahue. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
They are. There any opposed? None. Motion carries. Thank you. Item B, termination of design services for the installation of VFDs for the high service pumps at water plant number 2.
Motion to proceed as directed.
Motion to proceed as directed by Dr. Lalonde,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Water. All those in favor? They are. None opposed. Motion carries. Thank you. Item B, deliberation regarding the evaluation of district employee 2 at general manager. No action at this time. Item 14, consideration and action on executive session items as necessary. We've already done that, 6:15. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you to all for being here. Hope all is well.